or how shallow your breathing is. Not changing anything to begin with, just simply observing. Notice which parts of your body are rising as you inhale and falling as you exhale. And then tuning in to the sensations of your body. Where is there spaciousness? Where is there tension? And in any areas of tension, send your breath deep into those areas. And then take a moment to identify how you feel in this moment. Letting go of all expectations. Allow yourself to arrive just as you are. You are welcome just as you are. Let us begin to deepen the breath, finding a coherent breath, so an equal inhale to exhale. Let us breathe together, so exhale to begin. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. And exhale. Keep allowing the breath to expand. And soften. And beginning to take your awareness to the moment between your breath. The moment at the end of the inhale. And then focusing on the moment at the end of your exhale. Letting your breath move effortlessly and drift into the spaciousness. Noticing the space that is within you. The same space that is all around. And allow yourself to become more of the external space and less of yourself. As you begin to take your awareness down to the base of your spine, Begin to visualize like roots of a tree. Your awareness growing down into the earth. Deeper, deeper. Visualize the roots spreading wide. And as you visualize your roots expanding, visualize all of our roots connecting together. And those collective roots begin to spread even wider. Connecting into nature, wider and wider, deeper and deeper. And set your intention of peace down into the roots. Grow a feeling of peace and stillness from your heart, spreading wider and wider. Traveling out to all of the people in your lives. Anybody in greater need right now. Feel the support of the earth. The feeling of peace expanding all across the globe. And that collective feeling of peace begins to grow, bringing your awareness back towards your body. Moving back through the base of your spine, into your root energy center. Breathing deep into the root of your body. The root energy center that grounds us, that allows us to feel centered. As you breathe into your root center, visualizing an activation, a gentle movement at the base of your spine. Feeling a deep color of red. And this red moving through your entire body. your root activates, the energy of your body moves up into your sacral energy center just below your belly button. The sacral energy center, the energy of creation. Breathing into the lower belly. Feeling a movement and activation. Orange begins to radiate through your body. And as the sacral energy center activates, the energy of your body rises, opens, connecting to your solar plexus, just above your belly button, at the core of your body. Your inner wisdom. Yellow begins to activate and radiate. Bringing a feeling of knowing. And allowing the awareness to drift upwards to the center of your heart space, the center of love. Breathe into your chest. Opening your heart. Compassion for yourself, with compassion for each other. Feel the radiation of movement from your heart. The color green activates. Feel the front of your heart opening, the giving. And feel the back of your heart opening, the receiving. Like a circular motion of love, give and receive. And as your heart activates, feel the energy rising through your body into your throat center. Bridge between the physical and the spiritual. Let your heart open, which in turn opens the throat. The color blue. your truth of this moment. As your awareness drifts to your third eye center, the center of intuition. Let your third eye open. And as your intuition opens, your awareness drifts to the crown of your head. Feel your crown center opening. And 1,000-petal lotus flower opening to the heavens. Bright white light. And bring that white light from the top of your head all the way down. A channel of peace that connects the earth to the sky. Bringing your awareness back into your heart. Feel your internal peace. With intention from the center of your heart, we share that peace into the world around us. Feel that interconnectedness of each and every one of us. In this space, we are one. Take a full, deep inhale. Exhale to release. Bring the palms of your hands together, rub them to create some warmth, some energy. Place your hands over your eyes, soothe your eyelids. Feel the connection with yourself. And when you feel ready, let tiny bits of light back in. First connecting to the palms of your hands. A moment for your own peace. And then when you're ready to readjust, come back into the collective, spreading that peace you've cultivated. Feel free to make eye contact. Thank you all. Thank you for setting up this evening, Monica. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Moore, for a wonderful meditation to center us in our inner stillness. Yes, we want to move now towards our next guest speaker, someone who is maybe lesser known in the yoga circles of London, but who holds high regard globally as being a teacher of Bhakti yoga, of mantra, but also one of the few Bhakti teachers who is also very much in tune with meditation and leads phenomenal meditation himself, if I may say so. He's my personal spiritual teacher, and so I felt it appropriate while he was in London to ask him to facilitate a discussion, perhaps a sharing of wisdom on meditation and how it can affect us, but also to share a meditation itself and maybe some mantra if we're so lucky. So without further ado, I want to welcome with a maybe not round of applause, we can just fold our palms because I think clapping would clear the space too much. Folding the palms and just offering your gratitude for his presence, His Holiness Sacinandana Swami.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you all for guiding us into the inner space. I'm not sure if this works. It seems to work. Oh, yes, now we are. I wanted to tell you from my own life's experience how I came in contact with meditation. I had been chanting mantras for quite some time. Then, maybe 35 years ago, I came to the holy city of Varanasi. It was known at that time as Benares in the modern world, and I was writing, I was doing at that time a few seminars all over Europe called There Is No Death. It was seminars where we became aware about our own mortality, and we actually went through the experience of death in something like a guided form. It was not yet meditation, and I needed new material because they became quite well known. I remember that I was in all the universities in Germany and decided to go to Varanasi and sit and watch how the relatives brought their own near and dear ones who were dead on stretchers to this particular gut and burned the dead bodies. I wanted to write about it and take photos and use it in my seminars. Now, after I had sat there for quite some time, I decided to walk down to the Ganga, and I saw a houseboat. It was painted in the color of ochre, something like saffron, but a little bit more outshiny. And next to the houseboat, I saw a yogi washing his cloth. So I decided to sit down with the guard, and after some time I spoke to the yogi if he knew English. And he answered in a very, very good British accent that indeed, young lad, I speak English. And I asked him if he could share some of his reasons why he had become a yogi and lived on the houseboat on the Ganga. And he said after the death of his own wife, he quit teaching in university as a professor of philosophy and become a yogi. He lived on a houseboat where he spent a lot of his time in meditation. So I was curious, why of all spiritual practices he chose meditation? And he just answered in a very brief way. He said, peaceful mind, peaceful life. Disturbed mind, disturbed life. That was his answer. I said, thank you very much. And I said goodbye and forgot a little bit about this encounter until next, or it was the day after the next day, I don't remember so clearly. I came to one of these crossings, street crossings in Varanasi, and I saw my friend the yogi meditating in the middle of it. There was a little, elevated, this much of elevated, where the policeman was trying to direct the traffic. I don't know if you have ever seen an Indian street crossing. It's something else than a London street crossing. There were all these, a swarm of bicycles waiting to start, then motorcycles, then cars, a few camels, a big elephant, and they seem to move without any rules and regulations. There was wild honking of boop, 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 boop of the car, and in the midst of the chaos, the policeman wielding his bamboo stick, trying to direct this apocalyptic chaos, and my friend the yogi sitting there in deep meditative absorption. His white hair was a little blackish because of the exhaustion. What is it called? Soot? Exhaust fumes, thank you. And he was just meditating there. So he caught my attention. I waited until I saw him rising. It was after a few hours. I did a few errands back and forth, but I caught him when he was just rising. And when he had crossed the streets and went back to his place, his houseboat on the Ganga, I stopped him and I said, "Are you not satisfied with the peace which the houseboat offers you? Why do you have to go to this apocalyptic chaos. I remember I had learned this word, you know. Apokalyptisches Chaos, we say in German. Very similar. And he said, young man, yesterday I told you that an undisturbed mind brings about an undisturbed life. So I thought, after I had told you this, that let me test myself. How much I can be undisturbed in the midst of disturbance. Actually, he said he had done this a few times, but he meditated on this next day after I had met him, just to check himself if his words were truthful, if he was already undisturbed. And then we sat down and he said, it's easy to be undisturbed in an undisturbed atmosphere, but you have to train to remain undisturbed even in a disturbed atmosphere. Then you know that you have entered a level beyond the mind, which is going up and down, or oscillating between eyes and the ups and downs. And he spoke from the Yoga Shastras of Patanjali about the vrittis, the thought waves, and he spoke about samadhi as quelling or stilling these thought waves. And we had a wonderful evening, afternoon, which went into the evening. And after that, I decided, let me learn meditation. And I read the Patanjali Yoga Sutras, I studied them with someone, and I went into other Sanskrit works, Hatha Yoga, Deepika, and one work which is attributed to Shiva on yoga and meditation, etc., etc. And learned the practice. And the practice is quite, on first glance, it's not so elusive or so difficult. It's just we have different layers that cover the self, the physical layers, which we can attribute to the body and the senses. We have the mind, and if we can go beyond these layers or deeper than these layers, we kind of experience something like spiritual archaeology, where we discover what is already there. The self, the soul, eternity, and so on, and everything else which is spiritual. So the path of meditation brings us from the outward-facing mind deeper into the inward-facing mind, and then we go deeper and deeper until we contact the spiritual self. Very, very simple. And Maud took us to the traditional steps. She spoke of centering and of going over the bridge of the breath, the mind control, and actually stopping the agitated mind, and so on. Yes, it's something which you can easily learn. It is taught in many yoga studios, and I became particularly interested in that state of meditation where you're no longer working with the mind. I will bring you, I hope to bring you a little bit like Maud. We all do it a little differently inside of you. And then the most important part of the meditation starts where we have no thought, no mind, where we do what is so difficult when we are controlled by the mind, when we practice just being, just be. I thought to do this, and then I will go from that state into chanting. We will have so I will have a meditation. Yes, this is our mantra, Ram, Sita Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Let's just practice it before. Ram. Yes, we can now stretch it out a little bit, and you will see there's an ocean of sound. Deep inhale. Deep inhale, please. Sitaram, Sitaram. I will do the rest of the thing in one. Sitaram, Sitaram, Jai Jai Ram, So these are the elements. The first element, we will relax the body and then go over the bridge of the breath inside. Then I will guide you for a moment in a meditation on compassion. And I like very much how Maud spoke or guided us into the feeling of interconnectedness. In our small minds, which are ruled by the ego, we feel so separate from each other, and we feel awkward when we have to smile at someone whom we don't know. I guess, at least Radhika said, even in London it's okay to smile at someone. So, yes, through this meditation we will experience interconnectedness with our life, and then it's easy to smile at everyone and to be compassionate towards everyone. And this interconnectedness is just such an important realization for spiritual people. If you don't feel interconnected and you feel so separated from everyone, you might still be ruled by the ego. But when the ego dissolves, when there is no I and mine any longer, then you feel this interconnectedness. And I would like, because today we have a compassion meditation, talk for just a moment about this interconnectedness. One of my friends is from Kazakhstan. She is a teacher and a coach. And she wrote at the outbreak of the war between Russia and the Ukraine, a beautiful piece about interconnectedness. And it's good, it will help us in our meditation that is soon to come. this is what she wrote. I'm not a politician or a judge. I'm not even speaking about who's right or wrong. I have friends on both sides. I make only one simple point in the hope that it will be useful. The earth is all of our home. Our planet is one relatively small living organism. We are all interconnected, just like all organs, systems, and cells in a body are connected to each other. You can, of course, say, thank God, this is not happening where I live. Or you can, go over the London streets and see a homeless person going barefoot and talking something which perhaps he himself does not understand. And you can say, thank God, this is not happening to me. But this is how only very ordinary people think. It's as if the kidney says, I'm far from the lungs, therefore this lung cancer does not concern me. Yes, the kidneys are separate organs, but in a unified organism that is washed by the same blood and the same lymph, metastasis is just around the corner. The outbreak of cancer somewhere concerns every single cell. So then she says something else and ends, perhaps you asked yourself, but what can I do? I have no influence on this situation. Am I even being asked? My answer, you can ask for grace. Sincere prayers always work miracles. They are the beginning of all kinds of good things that start to happen, especially when we don't pray for ourselves, but for those who are in need right now. So yes, we will center ourselves, we will calm, we will arrive and then do a compassionate meditation and then sing. Are you ready, ladies and gentlemen of London? Yes. Hare Krishna. I'm trying to speak your language. Good. I have to get this machine here working. Which tonality do we go? Good. It will be different from Maud's meditation, but I think we speak the same language when it comes to relaxing you. So please sit straight in a comfortable position. Maybe you want to just, we will be sitting a little bit, so you might imagine a thin thread pulling your head upwards. So yes, you will align your spine and also the position of the head. Sit in an upright position. Please roll back your shoulders. Tuck in your chin slightly. Yes. And when you're ready, gently close your eyes. Mentally scan and relax your body part by part. Start with the feet. If you don't feel them, you might like to move the toes a little, and then relax. Move up your legs to your knees, up to the sitting bones. Just relax. The lower part of your back, the upper part of your back. Relax. Your chest and belly. Feel them and then let go of them. Relax. Your shoulders. The arms down to the palms. Relax. Or you can do much better. With the shoulders you carry a lot of tension. So relax by getting the feeling they move gently towards the floor. The back of your neck, back of your head, your forehead. Relax. The many facial muscles. Relax. The inside of your mouth with the tongue and the jaw. Relax. Appreciate how your body is now fully relaxed. From the toes up to the shoulders and the head. Relaxed and alert. Now observe your breath. The beginning, just observe. In and out. As you observe, tell yourself on an ingoing breath, slow. And whenever it's time to exhale, tell yourself as you exhale, deep. We take slow inhales and deep exhales. Let's do this for a few rounds. If your attention starts wandering, no problem at all, but bring it back to the in and outgoing breath. If you feel you're getting tired, no problem, but just bring your attention back to the in and outgoing breath. Slow in, deep out. Excellent. Now we will come to the inner pictures. Breathe into the heart space. Just imagine that the inflowing air goes down into the heart area. And breathe out from the heart area. Perhaps Perhaps as you breathe in the heart space, you feel a little lighter. And as you breathe out, you feel a little bit more relaxed. When you breathe in, imagine a light spreading and lightness spreading. And then relax a little bit more as you breathe out. Okay, let's do this for a few breaths. Continue to breathe and enter the sense of connectedness with all life. See your thoughts reaching to the graceful sight of a waterfall flowing down a high cliff. The sounds of birds resounding in the morning. The fragrance of blossoming buds in a cherry tree. Become aware of how nature is fully alive. And please tell yourself, the rhythm of my heart is the rhythm of all life. Next, see your thoughts and feelings reaching to a young child joyfully running through a field. And an old-aged person taking in the sun on their veranda. A refugee finding rescue and new hope. A soldier crying tears of desperation. Become aware how you can feel their joy, their worry, their hope, and their distress. Each being that lives on this planet is connected also to you. And tell yourself, the rhythm of my heart is the rhythm of all life. The rhythm of my heart is the rhythm of all life. Sit quietly now for a moment or two to absorb the experience. Sense your interconnectedness with all beings and all life, and wish them well. And now try to leave all the thoughts. Just remain for a while in this relaxed space and let meditation happen. If your mind wanders and your moods swing, just return to your breath and let meditation happen to you. meditation by just staying a few moments in the space where meditation can happen. Slowly return to room awareness. Give yourself a little time. As Radhika said, it may sound counterintuitive. What a beautiful word to stop this. But we can also do what Mort suggested, rub our hands to create some alert energy here. Bring them over the eyes as you would do in palming. Let that energy go into the eyes and slowly remove the hands and look into the palms as if you're seeing the lines for the first time. Just very briefly in the end, we heard the expression, let meditation happen. It's actually when the waves of the thoughts, even the nice thoughts, like in the compassion meditation, we hope to get some nice thoughts of compassion, of wishing well. Even these, when these stop, and you do what is so difficult for us modern people, that is to just be. It's so simple to do, but it is so difficult nowadays because, well, I got to do something, no? I got to think something, no? I'm not dead, no? Well, you're in the minor scala if you always are doing and thinking something which has nothing to do with the self, you enter the plus scala when you, in some ways, I mean, dare I say it, if the mind becomes still, then it's like the surface of a wind-still lake, and you can see through it and discover many nice things underneath this agitated surface. Perhaps your life will start underwater, so to say. Not in a literal sense, but real life can start when we are in that space where we are in contact with the invisible dimension of the self, God, the life force itself, and the love, and all these invisible things that matter most. Good, thank you all very much, and we'll return to Radhika Ranjan. And we have still our last speaker. The best comes at the end. So
Thank you very much, Maharaj, for very enlightening and also thought-provoking words that hopefully stir the consciousness to think on higher platforms. Thank you so much. We now have Michael James Wong to wrap up our evening, and to keep the flow, I'm going to hand it over as swiftly as possible over to you, my friend.
It's tough going last. It's really a joy to be here this evening, and thank you so much, all of you, for sharing. When Radhika was, when we had a chat a little while ago, I said, "Hey, will you come and be a part of the event?" And I said, "Absolutely, whatever you need." And for me these days, I don't actually get to a lot of live events lately.